happens to them, they deserve it because they had it. But what they did is listen to other people that didn't want certain people in. So hey, bring my guy, not him. He ain't gonna do us any good. Let's say bring him. But it's all favoritism, and some of them, that's all they know.
Playing favorites, huh?
They've got Jade Cargill. They have Cody that came over, and now they have CM Punk in their pocket. The other group out there, AEW, has got to make some kind of move with a big name, something to keep up or try to keep up with what's happening in WWE. I'm just wondering, is there that person out there anymore, CM?
I know AEW ain't mad about CM Punk being WWE because he was such a problem, right? They couldn't wait to get rid of him, right? I don't know about wanting him back all of a sudden. I don't know about that. Couldn't wait to get him out of there. Cargill. She has a great look, and Cody. I'm surprised he went back, but like they said they all come back. So, but I don't hate. Stop watching AEW. I know some people don't like AEW at all. They call it another TNA or something like that. And I was like, I don't know about that. Or bootleg WCW. I was like, I don't know. I said it reminded me a little bit of WCW because at the time, Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross back together. But I know it's not WCW, but it's not garbage either.
Punk was taken. CM Punk was in your hands. You dropped the ball. WWE, despite what CM Punk ever said about him, they said what they've always said, what's best for business. And they brought CM Punk in. That puts AEW really in a bad spot because I don't think they're...
I don't mean to pause him again so fair, but forget about what he said. I don't know why they... not him, but I don't know why people are fixed on that because... Punk's not the first person to talk crap about a company and they brought him back. They brought most of them back. Didn't the Warrior say a lot of stuff? He's not going back up there. I don't want any. They said not Billy Graham. San Martino. He said he didn't give a crap about no Hall of Fame until Triple H stepped in there. Yeah, he said he was never. He said I remember on the DVD he said he's not going on no Hall of Fame. I should find that DVD. That video clip. I remember he said he's not worried about no damn Hall of Fame. I remember that clip. If it's still up there, it might be gone by now. But I remember that clip. And he was talking about Flair jumping up on the table, mooning folk. Like what the hell? But I'll try to find it one day.
There's another name out there they could bring in that could top anything that WWE has done recently. Am I right? Wrong?
No, who's out there?
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, is there a name that you can think of that would beat that?
I don't think it is either, but whatever happens to them, they deserve it because they had it. But what they did is listen to other people that didn't want certain people in. So hey, bring my guy, not him. He ain't gonna do us any good. Let's say bring him. But it's all favoritism, and some of them, that's all they know. Favoritism. Okay, let me get my friend in. That kind of thing. That's what I'm saying. AEW, listen.
Some people was feeling like they were making a joke. Not Teddy, but people were making a joke saying, okay, all friends wrestling because of the backstage buddies. But I heard the rumors about which I don't believe because come on, I don't think he's going up there. Goldberg and I don't even if he does, he'd be like, why you bringing him in? He's old. I was like, oh Lord, who gives a shit about? It's Goldberg, what's wrong with you? And then what's his name, Ryback? I don't know if he's ever. I want to see him wrestle again, but I don't know if he's ever gonna wrestle again because this man, I seen the videos him training, staying in shape and stuff, but I don't know if he's we're gonna wrestle again. But what Tony or Teddy just said, who you gonna get. Because I think the last big name that was out there, if you're not talking Goldberg, CM Punk, even if they get Goldberg, they can't have him coming up there being garbage. That ain't gonna work. It ain't.
To them, there's no leadership there, so that's their problem.
The top of the heap right now is Sting, who's going to retire soon. Brian Danielson, Kenny Omega.
He's hurt.
Jericho.
He's hurt.
They dropped the ball completely with Wardlow, as far as I'm concerned. Had
Yes.
WWE had Wardlow, they would have made him, I've mentioned this on our show before, they would have made him another Batista. They would have made him a huge star, and it's not too late. But other than that group that I mentioned, if you just think of, ask you two as like wrestling fans,
I'm surprised
an
Brian
AEW
Cage
that
ain't
you
up
wanna
there.
see other than that group.
Vince would
What do you think?
Vince would have loved Brian Cage if Vince was still in charge.
Look here, I don't think most people can tell you who all was on the roster at AEW, and there are a bunch of names that you never see because there's so much talent. And I'm not, it's one of the things that they got to consider doing at some point is eliminate so much talent, focus on something, and make this thing have an interest to it. In fact, QT Marshall, or is that how you say his name, Marshall? He is now resigned from AEW. He says the product's not what it originally started to be. It's now becoming a different product. And by that, what he was talking about was his feelings are that they're leaning more towards a New Japan Pro Wrestling type of feel where there's less storylines and more focus just on the matches themselves as a competition on each individual show, which I do feel that happens quite a bit in AEW.
He's a producer there, and I think
he was vice president of talent.
Yeah.
And so here's this guy that had a lot of control, but obviously things just no longer going his way or with the way of AEW. But again, it comes down to one person, and that one person has got to get his entire company under control because he's given away too much. The fact that you gave away all of these key players, Cody Rhodes, one of the ones who just started the company with you, and then you lose people like, you lost William Regal, who was a great find there, and you had him, and then you let him go again. All these people that come and go, and they go back like CM Punk.
He asked for his release because of his son working in WWE. When we're talking about Regal, yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't have to let him go either.
I heard Regal didn't even want
to and that was Tony just making
leave WWE the first time.
Go do that. But he needed to focus on, and this is what they're forgetting, focus on what's best for your business. You can't be worried about everybody else's business. You're paying them money. You focus on what's best for your business.
Well, that's because you're listening to other people. I just finished telling you. Okay, QT. I never met the guy. I could have met him over time. I don't know. But like I said, I really don't know him. But I'm just saying. I was hearing you speaking about a little bit about his background, with all the power they had there in AEW.
Yeah.
Well, he may have got that power because maybe somebody had promised him that we're going to give you this, we're going to move you to this. But soon as the clique got started and he wasn't part of the clique, you understand? Then he sees what happened. So how can you go from all this power now you got there to resigning? Okay, so that, we don't know the whole story, but like I said, he maybe he just wasn't their guy. I don't know.
Keep in mind that Cody Rhodes had his guys there. The Young Bucks and Cody, of course, very close. And at the press conference after Survivor Series, Nick Houseman from House of Wrestling asked a question to Cody about Punk being back there in that big company that you and your boys started, and he acknowledged that it was he and his boys, which were, the Young Bucks, were part of that. The Young Bucks right now are allegedly going to try to reorganize the company, but I don't know what's even going to happen with them, even though they're part owners of the company, if they're going to make their escape eventually and wind up in Cody Rhodesville.
Who's doing the booking there? Who is in charge of the team? What's going on?
For the most part, Tony Khan. I mean, the final say is Tony Khan. And saying all this though, and I because I do know there's a whole other aspect of the story from people who work there and people who want to go somewhere to work. I want to see this company do well. I'm just right now they're not on that track. They need to get focused on where they got a few golden nuggets.
What happened to I think you got enough time. I know Tully's gone. What happened to Arn Anderson? You know, helping the wrestlers. Don't tell me they turn him loose now. Oh boy, I don't know, man.
They don't screw that up as well, but you need to somehow get the grips on your company and move forward and make it something that people want to watch. Right now, it's exactly kind of what QT Marshall said, and I hate to say that, but he's right. It is less storytelling, just more see what we can do. And so you tune in every week just to see what they can do. Well, why am I going to watch next week if I think I've seen everything you can do? Unless you have a story, I'm not coming back.
Got Chris Jericho there. He's a backstage genius in my opinion.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's the smartest guy in this business.
Yeah, he's the guy who should be running Tony Khan's dressing room, the whole bit, and putting this whole thing together.
Yeah, Jericho's a veteran.
Him and Jake the Snake should be in charge of talent relations.
Oh, I agree with you.
There's got to be somebody that just doesn't take any language. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
It's Chris Jericho. I've known him for many, many years. He don't take any language. Like Bill was saying, he's one of the smartest guys in this business. He's the only guy that I know can go out on TV and get beat right in the middle, 1, 2, 3, and get right back up and get his heat back.
Yep.
And I can tell you right, a lot of guys can't do that.
Yeah, Jericho. Been out there, over 30 years now. Yeah, he's a veteran. What's wrong with Jericho? Like I said, you just said Jericho and Jake the Snake, and I said, I don't know what happened to Arn Anderson, So there you go. 'Cause I know Blanchard is gone. I think they've been said that. So yeah, what the hell's going on here?